So before Laura starts, I do have to just open the meeting. So hi everyone, welcome. I need roll call, please, Mr. Karati.
Mr. Accomando?
Present.
Mrs. Borelli?
Present.
Mr. Cipollone?
Present.
Mrs. Mahoney? Mr. Quinn?
Here.
Mrs. Robinson?
Here.
Mr. White?
Here.
Mr. Winnie?
Present.
Mrs. Zottarelli?
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all members of the Board of Education and the Bergen Record in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act. So we're not going to open the meeting to the public now. We will do it after the presentation. So now we will start with the preschool presentation. Thank you.
If the board members want to take a seat in the audience.
I'm the general preschool teacher, general ed preschool teacher at Washington School. And I'm here just to talk to you a little bit about what a day is like in preschool. So our day is a full day. It's a program for 3 and 4-year-olds. Our hours are 8:45 to 3:15, and we offer before care and after care. It's open to Saddlebrook residents and to residents of surrounding towns. So I use the creative curriculum, which is a research-based curriculum that features exploration and discovery as a way of learning. It's hands-on learning at its best because that's how we know that preschoolers learn, is through play. All my lessons are aligned to the New Jersey Preschool Teaching and Learning Standards. Creative curriculum has 28 clearly defined objectives. And it sets the goals, those objectives sets the goals that I have for the children. The objectives cover 6 areas of child development that are the social emotional aspect, physical, language, cognitive, literacy, and math. We use studies in creative curriculum, and some of the studies, which basically last about a month, are topics such as starting school. That's where we set the rules and routines for the first 6 weeks of school. Trees, clothes, buildings, roads, exercise, pets, and balls. Okay. My room is set up with interest areas. There's 7 interest areas. There's a block area, dramatic play, toys and games, art, a library, discovery or science center, sand and water center. The Discovery Center is where children can use their senses as they work with natural materials like leaves, rocks, shells, sticks, and pine cones. They investigate how magnets work. They use tools like magnifying glasses, tweezers, and a balance scale. In the Block Center is where we practice our pre-engineering skills. Okay, when they build with blocks, they're learning about shapes, sizes, size, area, length, and balance. In the dramatic play, children act out experiences like shopping, doing laundry, cooking, playing restaurant. They act out different roles like a cashier, firefighter, doctors, moms, and dads. This inspires creativity and imaginative play. In the Toys and Game Centers, that's where we're learning our pre-math skills. There's lots of manipulatives, puzzles, matching games. We try to develop math skills like counting, number recognition, patterning, seriating, sorting, and shape recognition. In the Art Center, children can freely choose what kind of materials they'd like to use, such as paint, crayons, markers, glue, scissors, Play-Doh. It's all available. They can create 3D representations. I have a little picture there of houses that the children use 3D representations cushions for the children to sit and read. I put props in there so the children can, like flannel board pieces, where they can practice retelling the story. Sand and Water. Sand and Water Center is probably one of the most favorite out of the centers in the classroom because it's calming, it's soothing, it's a sensory experience that all children love. The children learn concepts like volume and capacity as they fill empty containers. We also use a handwriting program called Handwriting Without Tears. It's a multi-sensory program that's developed by an occupational therapist, and it helps students to learn how to form letters. So this is the rundown of our day. Our day starts out with morning meeting, and it brings us together on the rug, and it sets the tone for the day. We sing some welcome songs, we do the calendar, the month, they learn the days of the week, and we talk about our study. I usually start out with some type of a question of the day where it sparks our topic of conversation, and that's where valuable social skills are enforced, where they learn how they have to listen when others speak. They have to take turns when speaking. They get to share experiences and give their opinions. Then we move on to a music and movement a time where the kids can get up and listen to music and move and follow directions. From there, I do a small group instruction where I take half and my assistant takes half of the children, and we tailor our lesson to an individualized skill. We teach a specific skill, and we allow the child to practice it, such as quantifying. And this is just a little bit of an example of how I differentiate and tailor to meet the needs of the different levels. So, for example, a child who's not ready to fill out this with manipulative and actually count out 3 blocks and fill in with the corresponding number, I would do something like this so that they can then just place it on top of the quantity. We have a morning snack, a story time, center time, a gross motor time on our playground, lunch, rest time, a large group on the rug. Then the children take a nap. We wake up after lunch, and then take a nap after lunch, wake up. We do interactive games using the smart board. We also have computers, iPads, and that the children can use during quiet time. And the children also have specials with the music teacher. They have phys ed with the phys ed teacher twice a week, and art with the art teacher. One of the things that I think is so important for preschoolers is to learn social skills. So important when they're working in the classroom in their center. And I use this visual to help come up with solutions to problems that might come up when you put a group of 3- and 4-year-olds together, such as waiting and taking turns, using trading as a solution to a problem. Because if he wants that toy, how about we trade? Okay, always using politeness, polite words like, please, can I use that when you're finished? 1 ball, 2 children, what can we do? What's the solution? We can play together. Get a timer. The timer is a really good audio way for a child to realize that his time is up with a certain toy, because Mary is waiting, right? Mary's waiting for this toy. She wants to play with it, so we're going to use the timer. So the children are learning all the different kinds of solutions, and they come over to the solution suitcase, and they pick which solution matches their problem. They talk about the problem, and then they'll pick that card and put it on here. And if all else fails, they know to get a teacher to help. So my goal for the program is not only for getting ready for kindergarten, but to foster skills like independence, respect for others, cooperation, critical thinking skills, good communication have any questions, just you can give us a call at Washington School, and Chris can help you. Thank you. The Solution Suitcase.
I'm going to highly recommend this to the Board of Education once I leave at the end of the month. The Solution Suitcase. I like this. All right? Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Kalova. That was an excellent chat about our preschool program, and hopefully we can have some people who have younger children or grandchildren and friends with children be part of the program. We're going to move ahead now. If I get Mr. Karate up, just to get this lined up. So the board recognition is something that I spoke to the board about last year. They were looking for ways to recognize people. In my past experience, I've always had one board meeting, typically like this, the end of the year, where you recognize students, perhaps they're not the same ones, and in some cases they're going to be the same ones, that were not at an award ceremony. Students who were at last night's scholarship dinner. These are other things that go beyond scholastics. A lot of them have to do with athletics, arts programs, and other areas. The other component of this is to recognize staff who've gone beyond or being recognized for special programs that they've started, are part of, and being recognized for, as well as community members that have taken the time to support our students, the Board of Education, and our schools. So without any further ado, I would really like to start the program. So I'm going to invite up our first presenter for this evening, Miss Jane Ellen Jenkins from Long School. We'll start the program.
Good evening, everyone. It really is an honor to come and speak this evening regarding two of my staff members who are retiring this year. And I think we all know that when somebody dedicates their life to our students, it's truly humbling in their dedication and all of the life lessons that they bring. Mrs. Linda Marcus is retiring from our school district as a computer teacher. And to help you understand the longevity that she has in education, I'm going to share with you something I remember her daughter saying at her retirement dinner. And her daughter talked about when she was a child, how excited she was to go to her mother's classroom and learn how to use the computer program, the Oregon Trail. So, some of you get that. Those of you sitting over here have no idea what I'm talking about because you're high school kids. Some of your parents are too young to even know. But then there's the rest of us who know that that meant when we were children and we were learning to use our very first computers, we were learning to, like you think you're cool because you learned to code now? Like that's all we had. We were coding in 8th grade in 1980. So that's the only thing a computer did back then. Then there was word processing, and that was after the Oregon Trail. So Mrs. Marcus has dedicated herself also to her staff members and faculty and to the SBEA, and for that I know that her colleagues are also truly grateful, and we wish her many, many, many years of health and happiness. And I know she's going to enjoy this time with her family. I know her children and her grandchildren feel like they're getting her back and they don't have to share their mom with Saddlebrook as much anymore, and they're happy about that. So thank you so much, Linda. Please come forward because we have something for you.
A thank you to everybody. And I do see some of my students here. Love you guys.
So, for the past few weeks at Long Memorial, we have been wondering how to fill the shoes of our administrative assistant in our office, Mrs. Barker DePaul. She's currently hiding behind the person who's sitting in front of her because she can't look at me because she's afraid she's going to start crying. She's very sentimental about her retirement, and we are too. Mrs. Barker DePone is the type of administrative assistant who we all say is like the heartbeat of our school. And And we say that because she's true blue, she bleeds blue and gold for Saddlebrook, and she's raised her kids here. They went through our school. Her son Michael taught in our district, and she's been serving the district not just at Long Memorial, but in the district-wide for 28 years. And I found it interesting. Ms. Aquino made a remark to me last week about how we have had, some longevity in the principal's office. Miss Gorman was there for quite a long time, but we have had 5 principals, but we have had 2 administrative assistants. And I think that's really, really impressive. And I think it speaks to the success of a school is the way our school secretaries welcome our families. They take care of so many things about the general operations of our schools, but everything. If there is a boo-boo and Mrs. Fontana is at lunch, Mrs. Barker-DePone and Mrs. Boyce are on the case with ice packs or anything they can do to help a child until she can come out of the teacher's room. And then there's kindergarten parents, right, that they help bring in, and they're so nervous about that transition, and they have that wisdom of that person of experience that's seated before them. So it's a huge responsibility. There's times where, sometimes somebody's not real happy, and they get to the school secretary first, and they manage that with grace and with dignity, and they help that parent get what they need. And then as far as principals go, I will tell you that your administrative assistant becomes an extended member of your family. We're done. She's crying. I'm crying. Because they are your support system. And as a working parent, and that we all are, and having careers, they will support you through everything from what your school needs to what you need. To do both, and do both really well. And I know I could not serve Saddlebrook the way I do if it wasn't for Mrs. Barker. So thank you, Barbara. Barbara, I'm sort of gonna ask you to come outside so we could take a picture. I almost said make you, but that sounds really bossy.
Oh, don't want to do that. All right. So congratulations to our retirees. And I always say when people are retiring, I hope you do better than I do, because I've been retired for 4 years and haven't stopped working yet. So our next presenter will be Miss Deborah Wonder from Smith School.
Good evening. It's an absolute honor and pleasure to be standing here tonight to introduce to you our Smith School's Teacher of the Year. This year, a committee of staff members, a board member, and myself went through a lot of recommendations from other colleagues on who should be the Teacher of the Year. We had several different teachers nominated. It was a long process. We had some great conversations because there's a bunch of excellent staff members that we had to choose from. We were able to acknowledge, and I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about our very own Mrs. Kimberly McAvoy. She's our Teacher of the Year. Mrs. McAvoy has been in Saddlebrook teaching for 20 years. She's extremely dedicated to the community. She grew up in town, and today I learned that Long used to be a K-8 and that she attended Long Memorial as a student from kindergarten through 8th grade. She has been very involved in Smith School, and all of her time has been there. She's been 4th grade teacher, a 3rd grade teacher, a 2nd grade teacher, a 1st grade teacher. I will tell you, it's often that I walk down the hallway and I see her room with a bunch of colleagues just checking in with each other, touching base, and it's a really great thing to see how much they work together. She's one of the staff that I met over the summer who kind of introduced me to the community and the events that I would be going on and seeing at Smith School, and she updated me a lot, and she keeps me, up to date on all that I need to know about Smith School traditions. One of the greatest things is to see what your colleagues have to say about you, and I don't know that she knows all these little tidbits that were shared, but I'd like to just take a moment to read some of the things that were shared with the committee. Kim is an outstanding teacher who has dedicated her entire career to Smith School in Saddlebrook. She has embraced new district initiatives such as reading and writing workshop, has used her background as a reading specialist to successfully implement the ELA curriculum. You can often find her in her classroom after school hours planning new instructional strategies to meet the needs of all of her students, or at the public library taking out books on various topics that her class is studying. She welcomes working with others in her school and likes to work as a team with her grade level colleague. In addition, she looks forward to professional development with her grade level colleagues from other elementary schools. Kim has developed excellent classroom rapport with her students and makes each student feel special. With her positive, enthusiastic approach to teaching, she helps all her students achieve their fullest potential. Kim is an inspiring teacher. Kim is a team player and works well with all colleagues. Throughout her years in Saddlebrook, she has been a member of several committees, has volunteered her time after school to ensure student success in her classroom. She acts as in a professional manner, is an enthusiastic teacher, and a friendly face to all. These are just the beginning of some of the comments that were shared with us, but I think it's important that we always acknowledge all the great things that are going on. Miss McAvoy is an asset to have at Smith School. She is always smiling and with her colleagues working together with them, and it's my pleasure to represent and to acknowledge our Teacher of the Year, Mrs. McAvoy.
And at this time, I'd like to call up Mr. Lawler on behalf of the middle school, high school.
Thank you, Mr. Ishika. It's an honor to acknowledge the Bergen County Teacher Staff Recognition Program winner for Saddlebrook Middle High School. There were many nominations received. I think we had over 10. It was a difficult task to choose just one. Our committee, which consisted of a parent, an SBA representative, Board of Ed member, selected Gail Dunlap. I'd just like to ask first for our students, by a show of hands, how many of you had Miss Dunlap during your time at the middle high school? I think every student that goes through the middle high school has Gail Dunlap in some form or another, so her impact is so far-reaching. Gail loves science, and it's clearly evident when you visit her classroom. She helped create and manages the courtyard, which was declared a certified natural wildlife habitat and Northern Regional Service Learning Center for the state of New Jersey. Gail is the advisor of our environmental club, which is open to middle school and high school students, which provides that great 7 to 12 experience, where she uses her science background and her love of the outdoors to teach her students about the environment. And by the end, they're expert landscapers, which is great. She was awarded the 2017 Teacher Appreciation Award from the Bergen County Audubon Society for her efforts, which include teaching her students to be scientists by recording data on bird species that visit our courtyard. But her impact goes far beyond the classroom. She welcomes new teachers, and she's always willing to learn new instructional strategies, which is modeling what it means to be a lifelong learner. She's a vital member of our school safety team, bringing her expertise and experience as an active riding member of the Tri-Borough First Aid Squad. When there's an emergency, we dial Gail Dunlap before 911. She's great. She's right there, and she helps the students and the staff that are in need. She's a tremendous asset to our building. Gail's a true professional, and the Saddlebrook school community is lucky to have her. So please welcome Gail Dunlap.
Just so you know, I did offer Ms. Dunlap a position starting July 1st. Last year in the courtyard, she had many wonderful things going on and beautiful tomatoes. But someone was stealing the tomatoes over the summer. So her new job, I'm going to buy an Adirondack chair, a lounge chair, and maybe a little holder for your pina colada or mojito, whatever, and have you guard that area, because it's just phenomenal. It really is. It's a beautiful waterfall in there with the pond for fish, and it's just a great area. So we really appreciate everything. Thank you, Gail. Thanks for being there. And now I'd like to invite from Franklin School our principal, Miss Tony Violetti.
Thank you. Franklin School's Teacher of the Year recipient is Mrs. Jennifer Provision. Jen I struggled a little bit because she's one of those amazing teachers that you work with that is amazing. So it's like when you have the perfect student and the mom comes in and you're like, they're perfect, and you don't have too much to say because everything's so great. That's sort of like what Jen is like. So I went through her file and I found her first annual summative from 1996 when she was Miss Lelio. Maybe I said that wrong. It's on a typewriter. There's different colored copies. Susan Raymond was the principal. And I just want to sum up her summative, basically, on what Mrs. Raymond saw in Jen her first year. It says that, as a first-year teacher, she developed lessons which actively involved and challenged her learners, effective classroom control, positive, productive. She evaluates her students in a fair and consistent manner and communicates with parents on a regular basis. She started off in 3rd grade, and now, fast forward 22 years later, a whole lot of life has happened, right, Jen? But never once has her professionalism or her dedication to her job ever changed. 2 years ago, she came to me, she requested a grade level change. So she went from 3rd grade to teaching kindergarten. She's co-teaches kindergarten. She took on a whole new challenge, and she's extremely successful at it, as we knew she would be. My first time I realized how great Jen was Junior Achievement Day. Junior Achievement Day is when the high school kids come to the elementary schools and they do lessons and everyone loves it. Well, I just remember everyone wanting to go and stop in Mrs. Provision's room. And she had class pictures in her closets, and everyone, they were so excited to see her, and it just came across how great she was and what she meant to her students. In one of those nomination forms, one of her colleagues wrote about a student that she knew Jen had affected. She wrote about this boy named RJ, and he was having difficulty with writing, so Jen put persevere on an index card and encouraged him and left it on his desk. And at the end of the year, she gave him a persevere poster. And I reached out to the mom, and the mom replied to me today, and she said that RJ is actually a student at Fordham University. He's made the dean's list both years. He just finished his sophomore year. She said that their family holds Jennifer Provision in very high regards. She's an excellent teacher, always going above and beyond for her students and their families. And they said that they're very lucky that RJ had you as a teacher, and they want to wish you the biggest congratulations on this well-deserved honor. And that sums up who Jen is. She's professional, she's caring, she's respectful, and she's respectful to everybody, her students, their families, her colleagues. It's instilled in her, and that's her passion, and it comes through that her passion is to teach. So 22 years later, what was written about Jennifer Provision, I don't know how to pronounce her maiden name, still holds true. So congratulations, Jen. Come on up.
Alrighty, it's all good news. I like that. Moving right along, before I introduce the next person to come up here, I'd just like to recognize our music program for the amount of performances they've done through the course of the year, from the musical to marching band to choir, concerts, and going around town in various places to perform. The latest performances have resulted in some very positive results, and I'd like to share that with you. The high school was over at Hershey Park this past weekend, or last weekend. Music in the Park program, the high school band received a good rating in first in division. The concert choir, an excellent rating, first in division, and the choraleers a superior rating, also first in division. Prior to that, they were in Jackson, New Jersey, Music in the Parks. The middle school band received a superior rating, and so did the middle school chorus. Superior rating. So, and also at Hershey Park, I'm going to have Mr. Kuden talk about this award just a little bit, but they did receive another award that we're very, very proud of. And so at this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Kuden and Mr. Ortega, if you'd like to come up as well. There you can sit, whatever. Just talk about that.
certainly being rewarded for musical achievement is very exciting, and I would never want to diminish that in any way, but this award that's sitting in front of you is especially wonderful. It is entitled the Esprit de Corps Award, and our high school band and choir students were awarded this in Hershey Park. It's awarded to one district at the festival, and for those that went to Hershey, we know there were a lot of districts there, and we sat in a big arena, and the arena was almost completely full. And it is awarded to a school that not only shows the highest level of musicianship, but it awards them for their content of character, their professionalism, and their deportment throughout the festival. So this award to me is almost even more important because it's awarding them for being great young people. So this is an exciting award for us, and I just wanted to recognize that. Congratulations, students.
A sincere congratulations from me for those of you who are involved in the program, and also to our two directors, Ms. Ortega and Mr. Kuden, for doing an excellent job. So at this time, I will have you can read it.
Okay, so we've had a lot of honor choir members and band. We also had a band member here that made one of these honors. So these honors groups, I was put on the spot. I didn't know I was going to be doing this. The honors groups, basically the kids go out and compete with other students from either all over the county, the region, which are several counties, or the all-state. And we've had a large number of students make all of those ensembles, and I will read who has made what ensembles right now. We'll start with Summer Alfonso, 2018 All Bergen County, All North Jersey Region, and All State Chorus. Allison Beckus, 2018 All Bergen County, All North Jersey Region 1, and All State Chorus. Emily Beckus, 2018 All Bergen County, All North Jersey Region 1, and All State Chorus. Jonathan Beckus, 2018 All Bergen County, All North Jersey Region 1, and All State Chorus. We call that the Beckus trifecta, right? Andrew McCauley, 2018 All Bergen County, All North Jersey Region 1, and All State Chorus. Kushi Patel, 2018 All Bergen County, All North Jersey Region 1, and All State Chorus. Mateo Rosales, 2018 All Bergen County, All North Jersey Region 1, and All State Chorus. Michael Mazzone, 2018 All Bergen County, and All North Jersey Region 1 Chorus. Marco Tobas, 2018 All Bergen County, and All North Jersey Region 1 New Jersey Chorus. Rain DeLeon, 2018 All Bergen County Chorus. Hannah Nash, 2018 All Bergen County Chorus. Ryan Gordon, 2018 All North Bergen County Band. And for our middle school applicants, we had Christopher Dixon, 2018 All North Jersey Junior Region 1 Chorus. Robert Capinos, 2018 All North Jersey Junior Region 1 Chorus. Nicholas Raimondo, 2018 All North Jersey Junior Region 1 Chorus. And Sammy Sanchez, 2018 All North Jersey Junior Region 1 Chorus.
All right. So much for the sound of music. So congratulations to each and every one of you. We're proud of you going out, and people don't realize the amount of stress you go through preparing for these programs and going for the auditions is very, very stressful. And again, kudos to all of you. At this time, we're going to move along. Mr. Lawler will be with us again with quite a few awards.
Thank you, Mr. Rashika. Before we continue, just wanted to let everybody know that Ms. Dunlap and the Environmental Club's tomatoes were recovered. Especially a thank you to the board and Mr. Karate and the town for supporting the referendum that supplied that wonderful surveillance system that assisted with that investigation. So thank you. Moving on to athletics. Wayne Rogers, Franklin School teacher and Saddlebrook High School alumni, has been our wrestling coach for the past 12 years. He's a great coach who is supportive of our vision that athletes are student athletes and are expected to conduct themselves as leaders with dignity in the classroom, on the mats, and most importantly, when they're serving as Saddlebrook's ambassadors while visiting other schools for competitions. Wayne also works closely with the recreation department to build a program that can now sustain itself without having to partner with another district. We are proud to announce that Wayne was named the NJIC Division IV Coach of the Year. Wayne Rogers. In the area of community service, congratulations to Benjamin Kravitz, Saddlebrook High School sophomore, who achieved the rank of Eagle Scout this year. For his project, Benjamin worked with the fire chief to install reflective hydrant poles and collars to improve visibility and detection in the event of an emergency, particularly if the hydrants are buried in snow during the winter. He raised money for the project by running a car wash and promoting a Donate a Pole fundraiser. The installation was carried out by Benjamin and his fellow scouts. Great job. Come on up. The first student we're recognizing for excellence in the visual arts is Summer Alfonso, who received a special recognition at the Bergen County Art Show at Teen Arts for photography. Summer has excelled in the program under Ms. Pritchard, completing both the intro class and now commercial photography. Congratulations, Summer. The next student we're recognizing for excellence in the arts is Thomas Breedveld, who took first place at the Bergen County Art Show at Teen Arts last month. His photography work is now on display in Hackensack at the County Administrative Building. Thomas is also a scholar and athlete. He's a member of the National Honor Society, cross-country and track teams, and numerous clubs. Thomas will be attending the University of Delaware in the fall, where he will study environmental engineering. So congratulations, Thomas. One of Coach Rogers' wrestlers, CJ Limatola, led the Falcons to a Division IV League championship this year, and in the process earned his 100th career win. CJ embodies our vision of the scholar athlete, balancing the demands of academics and athletics. Equally competitive in both realms, CJ sought out a rigorous schedule during his 4 years at Saddlebrook High School, including 7 advanced placement courses and 9 honors courses. He is president of the National Honor Society and finished #1 amongst his peers, and is our class of 2018 valedictorian. CJ plans to attend the College of New Jersey in September and pursue a major in biology. Congratulations, CJ. rounding out athletics is Asia Rivera, who led the Lady Falcons to our first league championship in 40 years and joined an elite group of Saddlebrook athletes who scored more than 1,000 points during her career. Asia plans to attend William Patterson University in the fall. Congratulations, Asia. And we are very proud of this next student who distinguished herself in the areas of academics, athletics, and community service. Selena Faustini is Vice President of the National Honor Society and the National Science Honor Society, where she provides tutoring services for younger students who need assistance. Selena is one of our representatives to Girls State and has been a member of the cross-country and track teams. She still finds time to challenge herself in the classroom. During her 4 years at Saddlebrook High School, Selena took on and was successful in 6 AP and 10 honors classes. For her efforts, Selena was named the Class of 2018 Salutatorian. Congratulations. And now we would like to recognize a parent volunteer who was instrumental in helping us plan STEMCon 2018. Emily Sicamatalis, Saddlebrook parent and member of the Saddlebrook Educational Foundation, has been so supportive of our students and teachers in promoting STEM education at the middle high school. The foundation has provided grants to fund STEMCon, purchase 3D printers, and support the creation of a summer program. This year, Emily recruited 7 guest speakers for STEMCon representing various career paths in healthcare, pharmaceuticals, and information technology. Our students were provided with a menu of guest speakers to choose what interests them and learn about the careers and how to best prepare. So thank you very much to Emily. Congratulations. And the last student who unfortunately could not be with us tonight due to a conflicting obligation, we're recognizing for excellence in the visual arts, and that's Kathleen Riley. She also received a special recognition at the Bergen County Arts Show at Teen Arts for her photography work. So we'll pass on this certificate to her tomorrow in school. So give her a big applause. Thank you.
Like to thank everybody, especially our administrators and teachers who came this evening, our teachers, everyone who received an award. Please stand up for a moment so we could just give you one big round of applause. Okay. Great. Thank you. And before you go, I just would like to, you can sit. I just like to share a few words since we have so many people in the audience. I'd like to take a moment in this opportunity to thank the Saddlebrook Board of Education and the entire staff, students, and the community for giving me the opportunity to work with all of you in my position as interim superintendent. Whether it was attending various functions, meeting with the administration, the Board of Ed, or paying a visit to the schools, I've always felt comfortable and made to feel at home in this wonderful little community of Saddlebrook. Most importantly, I am happy to have the pleasure to work with this Board of Education, even at its most challenging times. Okay, Sylvia, so maybe my updates were not always on time, and I did not get to speak with someone I promised to get to in a timely manner. However, I never ignored and needed to get to the work that needed to be done, and collectively, we got things done for our children in the Saddlebrook schools, and I'm very proud of that. I truly hope that my work over the past 2 years has made some things better for the education and support of our students and in making our schools a better place for them to come to school every day. On a personal note, I want to thank Mr. Ray Karate for getting me on board quickly 2 years ago and for being such a wonderful business administrator. God knows he saves us, and for being a gentleman. My administrative team has always been supportive, and together we address what needs to be addressed, and they constantly go beyond any job description to get the things done and bring us beyond where we ever expected to be. So I thank all of you. Most of all, I also want to thank my administrative assistant who couldn't be here this evening, Ms. Gina Galvin, who always managed to keep me in touch with everyone from the Department of Education to parents requesting help and some guidance. I also thank her for lending an ear, at times covering her ears when things got a little overheated, and for not complaining about my eclectic taste in music, but more importantly, the countless hours that she works to get things done here in Saddlebrook up until just probably an hour ago. There's a little quote I'd like to say from Winnie the Pooh. How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. And it truly is difficult for me. I've really felt part of the community. I liked working with everybody here, loved working with the children, my team, and everybody that I mentioned before. More importantly, I had the great experience. We went through some difficult times, as we all know, and the way that this community came out and supported each other will always be in my memories, and I will never forget all the wonderful times I had here. So I will miss all of you. I share my best wishes to you and to Miss Shanley coming in as the new superintendent. And I want you to know I will remain in touch and always willing to help in any way. So thank you. It's been a pleasure. All right. And on that note, please feel free out in the lobby. There is some coffee, tea, and cookies. So please help yourselves. And thanks again.
Can I have a motion to reconvene the meeting?
Second.
Do I have a second? Thank you. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Since earlier we didn't open the meeting to the public for agenda items only, I'm going to do that now. So is there anyone who would like to speak on agenda items only? If not, I'm not reading this whole paragraph. All right, so I have a motion to close the meeting? Okay,
Second.
thank you to the public. Okay, so the superintendent's going to continue his report that we didn't finish. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. This time of year, we have to report our HIB grades. They are online as of yesterday or Monday. I had them put up online so you can look there, but I just want to publicly announce that I'll go by school. The highest grade you can possibly get is a 78, sorry. You're not going to see this, but this is actually the print that comes from the state for me to... I think it's like a 1. Anyway. Anyway, here we go here. At the middle school, high school, the total score, and this takes into account the HIB programs, the training programs, other staff training, curriculum, the amount of HIBs that were reported, the incident reports, investigative procedures, and how we report HIBs overall. So the high school, middle school we scored a 75. Franklin School is scored a 72. Smith School reported 69. Long Memorial is 71, and Washington School is at 72. The average score for the district is 72%, so we're okay. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that, and again, that's on the website. Also at this point, all the field days, I believe, are completed. The rain days have been covered. Everybody's done with that, and we're happy about that. Also, to our staff members, we hope that you participated in the massage days that we planned for you, yes. We have to thank our board president who made some contacts there for our, so they came in every Tuesday for the last few weeks and went to every school. So I didn't get a massage, though. I forgot to tell them I was here. But but that's that. So moving ahead, I think that's all I have at this point. There was a wonderful scholarship dinner last night over at the Elon. Very happy to be there. Great function. And tomorrow night, if you're available, any of the board members, National Junior Honor Society will take place here, I believe, at 7 o'clock. So if you're available to come to that as well. All right, I sent out the invitation to the Board of Education last week, I think, from Mr. Haas, so that'll be taking place at that time. That's all I have on reports.
Thank you. One thing quickly, the student reps could not be here, but they did give me a beautiful report, so I will read that for you guys. So the middle school, high school, Ms. Brought and the guidance department hosted 2 special events to celebrate the student achievement, the academic award ceremony and the senior scholarship banquet, which I attended last night. The music department scored big at the recent festivals. Both the middle school concert choir and concert band received superior ratings at the High Note Festival in New Egypt Middle School last Friday. We are very happy to announce that the students in the high school choirs and band had a very successful 2 days in Hershey, Pennsylvania 2 weeks ago. I know we already got information on this, but I'll read it anyway. The concert band, concert choir, and choraleers all placed first in their division. The choraleers also received a superior rating for their performance. The highest award for the festival went to the Saddlebrook Music Department, the Esprit de Corps. We saw that beautiful trophy. Saddlebrook had over 40 7th and 8th grade students participate in this year's Battle of the Books, led by Ms. Hazley and Ms. DiMaggio. We had a record-breaking 10 students read 10 or more books for the competition. 9 students from Saddlebrook went on to compete in the Bergen County competition held in Upper Saddle River on June 1st. Out of 9 teams, 4 different towns, Saddlebrook came in 3rd and 5th. The students did a terrific job and are looking forward to competing next year. Lindsay Weisner, Allison Walby, and Ashley Severino shared some encouraging words for the students of Eastbrook Middle School. They're part of the Project Hero Club led by Ms. Sasson, a leadership group committed to improving school climate. Athletics, congratulations to our spring athletes who have earned postseason awards. Baseball, first team All-League, Anthony Marchetto, honorable mention, John Hacker. Softball, first team All-League, Alexis Georgievich, Ashley Georgievich, Dana Tomas, Alexis LeBeau. Second team, Gianna Leone, Nicole Strapone, honorable mention, Ariana Aquino. All-County second team, Alexis Georgievich. Third team, Ashley Georgievich, honorable mention, Dana Tomas, Alexis LeBeau. NFCA softball academic All-Americans, Jillian Berardo, Cindy Berardo, Ashley Georgievich, and Ashley Kalia. Track and field, first team All-League, Sean Roberts, Lance Trustee. Second team, Brandon Johnson, Drew Caraway, Bianca Asensio, Brooke Tulloch. Honorable mention, Sahib Singh, Devin Davila, Asia Rivera. Boys lacrosse, first team All-League, Mike DiGiovanni. Second team, Jacob Quinn, Matt Bronco. Honorable mention, Jay Kalari. Honorable mention, All-County, Jason Gasoria. I don't know if I said it right. Girls lacrosse, first team All-League, Alexis Van Benchoten. Second team, Crystal Kanichi. Honorable mention, Kayla Shawardi. And lastly, the Saddlebrook girls lacrosse team was selected as the Sportsmanship Award winners for our conference. Franklin, our 6th graders enjoyed participating in a celebration of Harry Potter in honor of its 20th anniversary led by our reading basic skills instructor. Ms. Schwartz led our experienced band students in the annual MEBCI Band Festival that took place at Mawa High School. We also had a great showing at Franklin School's first Wellness Day led by Mrs. Burns and Mr. Rogers. All of our staff members participated in various stations of which our families rotated through. Field Day was a success. Thank you to Mr. Rogers for organizing and to our staff members who led the stations. Our students love being taught financial literacy lessons by our high school students, of which were all Franklin alumni. And our staff enjoyed seeing their old students in action. Smith School has talent. We just had our talent show and we had more acts than ever. Great job to the students and staff who all worked so hard to make the event a success. Our 6th graders had a great time on their overnight trip. Thank you to all the staff and parents who attended and made this event special. Last week, the 3rd graders brought historical figures to life in their living museum. They impressed us all with all of their knowledge and style. Finally, our kindergartners had their moving up ceremony and celebrated their first year at Smith School. As the students said in their ceremony, we're off to great places. Today is our day. 1st grade is waiting. Let's get on our way. That's it.
Very good. All right.
Good job.
Okay.
A lot of reading.
All righty.
Okay, proceed.
Okay. Education, please look through numbers 1 through 10.
Okay, can I have a motion, please?
Second.
Roll call. Any discussion? Roll call.
We'll start, Mr. White.
Yes.
Mr. White.
Yes.
Mr. Whitney.
Yes.
Mrs. Ottarelli.
Yes.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Mrs. Borelli?
Yes.
Mr. Cipollone?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mrs. Robinson?
Yes.
Okay, moving on to letter B, budget and finance. There are 37 items. Take a minute or two to look through those.
We only have 30.
30, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Say he got it. All right. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Okay, any discussion on the 30 items? Okay, roll call?
Mr. White?
Yes.
Mr. Winnie?
Yes.
Mrs. Otterelli?
Yes, when I'm abstaining from 26.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Mrs. Borelli?
Yes.
Mr. Cipollone?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes to all except abstain from number 5, ID number 4.
Mrs. Robinson?
Yes.
Moving on, C, policy. This is the first reading for these policies that we received the end of May from Strauss Esme.
Okay, can I have a motion?
Motion.
We open one.
Second?
What? I have to open to the public, sorry. Have a motion to open to the public?
Motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
It's to comment on the policies and regulations listed. Does anyone from the public wish to speak about the policies? Okay, so, close the meeting, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, now, can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Okay. Discussion, roll call.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Mr. Winnie?
Yes.
Mrs. Otterelli?
Yes.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Mrs. Borelli?
Yes.
Mr. Cipollone?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mrs. Robinson?
Yes.
Negotiations, nothing. We can skip negotiations?
Negotiations, yeah.
Nothing, right? So we're going to move on to personnel. That's numbers 1 through 39. However, at this time, I am pulling number 38 until I have further discussion with that candidate for that position.
And, no, stipend, good.
And number 24 will be pulled as well.
And two more
hold on.
Two more changes. Number 15 on page 11, just the ID numbers should be 13, the last one.
Oh, okay.
24's out, and number 39, at the end of, after August 11, 2018, it will stay or sooner.
Okay, can I have a motion to move the items as amended?
Motion. Second?
Any discussion?
Can I just read
Yes.
something in relation to the incoming director?
Yes.
Because I think that's important.
Sure.
Currently coming out of South Orange, Maplewood, the Director for Special Services, who will be starting the beginning of July. In that capacity, she's gone through planning programs and preparing the Board of Ed meetings while including personal finances, OCR data, CUSAC preparation, and policies. Prior to being at that district for a short while, she was at Englewood School District, supervised and evaluated 30 child study team members, also supervised 5 nurses, 100 special education students, 120 classroom aides, 2 parent liaisons, and multiple office staff personnel, and completed over 250 Danielson teacher evaluations within the required timelines. She's been the oversaw and supervised the supervisor of pupil personnel for 504, INRS, HIB, basic skills, and supervisor of student affairs and discipline. So she also took on those 2 other positions. At a previous district where I believe she was at for 12 years, she was at principal at Charles Smith School in Palisades Park, which is an early childhood learning center, and director of special services, very similar to what we're doing here for pre-K to 12. Also district for 12 years, as I said, and served many different positions, included supervisor of pupil personnel, child study team supervisor, director of guidance, scheduling coordinator, special education supervisor, and special education teacher. So I think she's somewhere in the, I think it's 18 plus the 10 is 30 years of experience overall in special education. She will be coming here, and the plan is to have her start, what was it, July 2nd or whatever that Monday is? Okay, so she will be here for the ESY program and move ahead from there, which will coincide with our incoming superintendent, Ms. Shanley, which is good timing. So that's her background.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all right, any other committee reports? I'm sorry. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, can I, any discussion and roll call? Sorry, thought we did it already.
Mr. White?
Yeah.
Because I already said that.
Mr. Winnie?
Yes, but item 15, ID 13, I abstain. 20, item ID 24, I abstain. And 22, item 46, I abstain.
Mrs. Ottarelli?
Yes to everything except 12 and 13, I vote no. Stated Monday why, and I stand by it.
Mr. Raccomando?
Yes.
Mrs. Brally?
Yes.
Mr. Cipollone?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Abstain from item number 4, yes to all else.
Mrs. Robinson?
Yes. Okay. Now, any other committee reports? All right, any old business?
Through the chair. If I could just once again say, in regard to the 6th grade trip, I don't know if I can say their names, teachers' names?
No,
To thank
don't.
them. Thank you to the 6th grade teachers who, and the chaperones who participated in the 6th grade overnight trip. It was a nice experience for myself and the kids, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Anybody else? Old business, new business?
Through
All
the
right.
chair.
Okay, go ahead.
I would just like to comment on how wonderful I think it is, the awards that we have received, our students have received recently for the Spirit de Corps and the girls lacrosse for sportsmanship. I think that says something great, not only about our school, but about our community as a whole, and I'm very proud of them.
They deserve it.
Thank you. And under, anybody else? Okay, so at this time, I would like to show our appreciation for Mr. Ashika, for his dedication, his support, endless hours, and like he said previously, about what? What's the matter? I was told to do it now and not earlier, so that's why I'm doing it now. And from August 2016 to June 2018, we are all grateful for his service, for his support, for everything he's done for us. I need the microphone, so I'm not standing up. And it's been a pleasure working with him. He has worked diligently to move the district forward and was very selfless in a lot of the things that he did, even with our budget planning and everything else, all the time that he's put in, and truly appreciate all you've done for us, and this is for you.
Thank you so much.
I was going to do it sooner, but then I was said, no, after that, this is his final meeting, so before we close, I'm going to give it to Tony, so thank you so much.
Thank you once again, one and all. As I said before in my statement, that it really has been a pleasure for me, and I wish the district all the best moving forward. If my services are ever needed again, just for a day or two to go over some of the processes, and could it be policy, it could be anything that Ms. Shanley needs help with, I'm more than willing to help out. So good luck to everybody.
Thank you again, thank you. So I'd like a motion to open the meeting to the public.
Motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion, it's now time to open the meeting to the public. If anyone has anything to say, please say your name and address and come up to the podium. No? Okay. Seeing no one, I'd like to close the meeting to the public.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I just wanted to say one thing, that our next board meeting is the goal-setting meeting, and then our next regular meeting is August 20th and August 22nd. I'd like a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, everyone have a great summer, and we'll see you at graduation.
Yeah. Okay.